Welcome back to the Review of Death, a Doctor Who podcast, your fortnightly home for Doctor Who news and reviews. I'm Matthew Toffler. I'm joined as ever by Billy Garrett-John.
Hello.
And we have a special guest, which is my brother, who I talk about quite regularly on this show, Jonathan.
Hey!
Oh, that's me.
That is literally you.
That is literally you. Now, we have got a slight problem because we sound very similar. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, see, we sound quite similar. So if you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts, you might be thinking, well, why is Matt talking to himself a lot?
He does it a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, I do. I'm mad.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, can you put on a Sylvester McCoy accent?
Oh, well, I see what I can do.
Very good.
Jesus Christ.
Very good. What was he choking on?
Well, I have actually got my Sylv's
Yeah, we should address this.
today.
We have a screen-used bit of Doctor Who memorabilia in the room.
Yeah.
Johnny, tell us about your pocket square.
Well, it's one of the screen use squares that Sylv had during his reign, his tenure.
Yeah.
Season 24
or
25, yeah.
And it's that little bit of magic sprinkled into the Review of Death today that brings us to the Roddy Awards.
Yes.
So over 800 people submitted their votes. We're going to go through TV Doctor Who in 2021, Big Finish box sets in 2021, action figures. To be honest, that's it, because none of us read any BBC books, so we don't really care.
I don't think they make any BBC
I
books
don't think
anymore,
they
do they?
No, or the audio books or whatever. So we're going to run through these categories.
Yep.
We're going to take one each. And it should be really interesting.
Yeah.
I know all the results because I've put them all together, but I'm really interested to see what you guys think of a few of them.
So before we...
Because we don't know anything about this.
I didn't know
Yeah.
anything.
No.
Yeah, I'm oblivious.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, we should do a bit of housekeeping, Doctor Who news. What's happened in the world of Doctor Who lately?
Matt, you tell me.
Tom Baker's turned 88.
Tom Baker turned 88.
Johnny's got the important stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And season 22 got announced.
Season 22 got
on
announced.
Blu-ray,
Yeah.
which is obviously quite special because I think you worked on it, didn't you,
I
Billy?
did. I thought you were going to say
yes.
because it's Colin's kind of
First series,
But no, I worked on it. It was really cool. So there's a feature called Location, I
Yeah.
think. And I went with Colin and Nicola and I won't spoil it, but another guest. And we walked around Ironbridge Victorian Village and it was amazing. It was really, really cool. So look out for that and look out for the beanie that Nicola's wearing because it's mine. Because she didn't bring her warm stuff on the day.
Oh.
So that pink beanie's mine.
Yeah.
So famous.
And we have the pink
Famous
beanie here
beanie.
tonight, the most famous of guests.
I didn't actually bring it.
Oh, you could have done.
This is the pocket square. Where are we in terms of
Well, I mean, obviously that is better because it was used by a Doctor Who.
a real life Doctor Who?
Yeah. Had Colin have worn the beanie,
Then it would have been on eBay straight away.
Yeah,
In fact,
yeah,
Nicola when she gave it back to me, said that's going to be on eBay soon, isn't it? No. Let's do the RoDies. So
Let's
with
do the RoDies.
this exceptionally wonderful looking award.
Yeah.
That is my award, by the way.
Yeah.
My year 11 class last year, my year 13 tutor group last year, who I taught for quite a few years and were absolutely delightful. They got me that little award with lots of other presents and things when they left in the summer. So
I love it.
We have to look after it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be looked after.
Oh no, that's been sent off to the winner.
Who wants to do the first category?
Why don't you go first?
Shall I go
show us
first?
how it's
Yeah,
done?
show us how it's done.
Because you,
Show
it's
it
called
how
modelling.
done. All right, fine.
yeah. You know exactly what you're doing. We don't have a clue.
And what's
Is
great
it
as
like a
well,
drum roll? Like,
I've written, if you'd like, I've
Yeah.
written little gags for them all. You have to read them out.
do you?
Okay.
Oh, right,
Otherwise,
okay.
I'll be really upset.
Okay.
Right, fair enough.
So, first award is Best Villain. Between cake slicing in the cabinet, troops massing on the Ukrainian border, and whatever the hell Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox are up to, it looks like 2022 will continue the trend of maniacal individuals grabbing headlines and terrorising the general public. So let's decide who the best worst was across Doctor Who TV last year. How's that?
Very good.
All right, high standards to live up to. The nominees are the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Sontarans, Swarm and Azure, the Weeping Angels, and Tectayun. Would you guys like to hazard a guess at the top three?
The top three.
Say them again.
Yeah, so we've got Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, Swarm and Azure. They both come in the same package.
Yeah.
The Weeping Angels and Tectayun.
And what do you think will be the top three? Is that what you're
Give
asking?
us the top three, yeah.
Well, I reckon Storm and Azure probably could feature in the top three
Yeah.
because they were quite popular, I think.
Yeah.
Or they didn't do very much.
Come the
unfortunately,
end.
Come the end.
Towards
But
the- yeah.
yeah.
I do worry that the lasting impression of Flux being a bit of a letdown is going to tank a lot of the
Yeah,
results.
this is what I was
Yeah.
thinking. When you said that, I thought, I don't know. I don't know if people are just going to be so bitter about the whole thing.
Well, they might be.
I
but
think the Suntarans will definitely
they'll
be
be
up
up there as well because obviously that was a great comeback for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think probably
By the
Weeping
corner
Angels.
shop fiasco.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mind that.
Billy, you're mad.
All right. Okay. Let's get into it.
Right.
This is why I'm sat in the middle, so there's no fights.
There's no fighting. Okay. In 6th place with 1% of the vote, which constituted literally 12 people out of 822, the Cybermen.
Wow.
I mean, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Our favourite monsters. pretty
Yeah.
much, At the bottom. In 5th place with 2% of the vote, so only one more actual vote than the Cybermen, Tecteun.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm kind of impressed that she got...
I'm
Yes.
amazed she's even on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 4th place with 7% of the vote, the Daleks. Wasn't a particularly Dalek-heavy
No, it
year
wasn't
apart
really.
from the New Year's
No,
special.
yeah,
No.
they were a bit sort of sidelined, weren't they?
They
Really?
were,
Yeah.
The Flux
yeah.
thing.
Probably a damning notion to Tecteun that the Daleks barely appeared in it and they actually rated higher than
Yeah.
her. In 3rd place with 19% of the vote, the Weeping Angels,
Right.
which leaves us in 2nd place. Who do we think came 2nd place?
So so
we've got Swarm and Azure or the Sontarans left.
I think Swarm and Azure.
Yeah,
came
I'll go with
second.
that and I'll say Sontarans first.
In 2nd place with 33% of the vote, that's 269 people, the Sontarans.
Ooh.
Meaning in
gosh.
1st place
I
with
was right then.
38% of the vote, that's 314 out of 822, because some people did skip categories. Swarm and Azure.
There we
Wow.
go.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I
I'm
said-
very surprised.
I'm happy because they're like actually quite. I mean, sure, the way Flux kind of went towards the end was
Yeah.
a bit
Yeah.
iffy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we raved about them all year.
Yeah.
We said they were brilliant.
Oh yeah, they were very
That's true.
sinister, weren't they, in the
Yeah.
beginning? You know, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of promise there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't delivered. I don't think come the end.
Come the end. I think the trouble with it was maybe it would have served them better as characters had they not been killed off. Had something have happened where they escaped and got
Escaped.
There's
away.
a possibility
Yeah,
they're
they
going
might
to come
come
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and we know that the likelihood is that someone like Russell probably wouldn't bring the characters back. But at least for fans, you know, they'd be like, oh, well, they're still out there.
There's a
Yeah.
possibility
There's
of
a
a
possibility.
return. Yeah.
You know, and in all the masses of spin-off media, oh, you know, they might turn up in a novel or a comic or a
I'm
Big
sure
Finish
we'll all
box
be
set.
sick of them come season 19 of Swarm and Azure Investigate with Big Finish. Right, let's go down the line. Matt, would you like to pick an award?
Go on then. I'll take this one.
Excellent.
Oh! It's the best action figure.
Yes! And weirdly enough, that was the second one on the list as
Oh,
well.
was it?
So there we go.
Okay, well, this is
Creepy.
you were very happy that I'm doing this.
Very happy.
Oh God, I've just seen some of the words in this
Keep
opening.
going,
So
keep going.
the next award is best action figure release. Oh, actually, let me put my
Specs on.
specs on.
Getting
Matt
old.
has brainy specs
He's
now.
getting old now.
I'm getting old.
Even though
yeah.
I'm 10 years older than him, he's got the glasses.
Yeah, but he put them on the other day and went, oh gosh, that's better.
Do you know what doesn't help?
Well,
the way you're looking over them like a 50-year-old woman.
Well, yeah, I don't normally do that.
You're looking at me over your glasses like a post office attendant.
So the next award is best action figure release. Who'd have thought we'd have been coming into the year 2021 with Vord, Sensorites, and a Rastan Warrior robot on our shelves? Still no sign of a First Doctor with Venom Grub set, or a Gary Downey with special groping articulation. But who knows what will come out next? I do. But which 2021 action figure release was your favourite? So the nominees are the Second Doctor and TARDIS from the Abominable Snowmen, the Sensorite set, the Keys of Mariners set, History of the Daleks number 5, 6, 7 and 8, the First Doctor and TARDIS from An Unearthly Child, the Earthshock set, or the Five Doctors set.
Now,
What do we think?
what do you think is the most important thing here? Because you are the
You're the
arbiter
expert here,
of
come
all
on.
plastic Doctor Who related
Dollies.
figures.
You're the expert.
You are the expert.
I don't know.
Just to make it more of an intelligent decision. Push your glasses to the front of your nose. There we go.
Well, I would say, let me have a look at that list. I mean, the Sensorite set was pretty impressive.
I loved the Sensorite
Yeah.
set. That was my favourite, so
That was a really impressive
that was
set.
really good. I mean, I think the Keys of Mariners set is
That was
really
a good
good
one.
as well. I like the Five Doctors set because that's a great John Pertwee. That's
Yeah.
Rastan Warrior Robot
Oh,
and
yeah,
a
that's a good
Cyberman
one. Yeah.
/ Cyber Leader. But the TARDIS from the Unearthly Child set is also really good. So
That was my vote, and I don't own it, but just in terms of the way
because
it looks,
it's yeah.
that is the one.
Which
I
one
went.
did you vote for? The First Doctor one?
First Doctor
Oh, yeah.
and TARDIS, yeah.
But then again, that Second Doctor set was nice because it was the first TARDIS with lights and sounds for the first time in a long, long time.
And he's got his
fur coat on. Well, shall we find out?
Let's find out. What do you think's come first?
I'm going to say the Sensorites.
Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Okay. So, here we go. In 5th place, with 9% of the vote, the 5 Doctors set. So that was 63 people out of the 721 that voted.
Indeed.
Which is... I'm surprised. I thought it would have done a bit better than that.
Yeah.
In 4th place, with 12% of the vote, that's 87 people, the Sensorites.
Gosh.
4th place!
Yeah.
What? This is a travesty.
I love it.
I'm not happy about this.
Already,
Come on.
it's gone downhill.
Bloody hell.
It's only award number 2.
God dear, who doesn't like bold bloody aliens with circle feet?
Exactly.
It's bonkers. In 3rd place, with 12% of the vote, that's 88 people, they voted the Keys of Marinus set. Okay.
That was a good set.
That was a good set.
Are you surprised that those two are
so low down?
not in the top?
I am.
Top 3?
I'm shocked.
Together, yeah?
Yeah, I'm absolutely astonished because obviously the Keys of Marinus set had Ian Chesterton in it as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was 3 new figures.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
There you go.
In 2nd place, with 21% of the vote, that's 150 people, the First Doctor and TARDIS from An Unearthly Child.
So what do we think's come first?
So in that case, I'm going to assume it's Mr. Troughton in 1st place with 38% of the vote. That's 208 people. Bloody TARDIS from Abominable Snowmen. Well, I never.
There we go.
But last place was the History of the Daleks sets. So Power of the Daleks, Drone, and Mutant Scoop Daleks with 1% of the vote. 9 votes.
That's really because the mutant scoop is always something I associate.
yeah.
It's like that's a cool toy to
It is a
have.
cool
It
toy.
is, yeah.
You don't see them very often, do you?
That is shocking. I'm really surprised.
There you go.
I am really surprised. So because I think people always moan about, there's not enough variety of characters. I know this year we had such a broad variety of characters. Well, if you like 60s monsters.
Yes. Yeah.
But gosh, I'm surprised
It
that.
just goes to show people like the same old shit. They really do.
There you are, Al. If you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Same old shit, please, more of it. Johnny,
Hello.
would you like to pick your first award to read out?
Oh, go on then.
You want that
I'll
one
nick
there?
that one. Right. So the next award, ladies and gents, is Best Animation.
Okay.
Also known as the Foregone Conclusion category.
Yes.
So let's not beat around the Melanie bush. Right, okay. So the nominees are... Let's just borrow those glasses
Yeah, I
for a
think I might
sec.
need them in a bit as well.
Right then, nominees are The Web of Fear, The Evil of the Daleks,
Ooh.
or Galaxy 4.
Ooh,
Tricky one,
I
isn't it?
I wonder what might have won. I wonder, don't break them. I wonder what might have won. Well, I mean, I think...
Should we just...
Well,
Cut to the
I think the most interesting one is what came last.
Galaxy 4.
You think
Do
Galaxy
you
4?
think Galaxy 4 came last?
Well,
Now, obviously, we haven't seen the animation for the Web of Fear,
You've seen enough,
but I've seen enough of it
Yeah.
to know that it looks pretty awful.
oh,
That was the one that looked like a PlayStation cutscene.
oh,
from the
that
90s.
one.
Yeah.
The animated.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm just thinking that Galaxy 4 was such a terrible story.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Yes, so interesting. Well, I would have thought Eve of the Daleks would win.
Well, let's find out. Go
Let's
on,
find out, Johnny.
do the honours.
Do the honours. Let's see.
Your
Nothing in,
honour.
there's nothing in there.
There is.
It's empty.
Dig in there.
Dig deep. Crikey,
One of them's got a folded up bit, which is a bit annoying. I forgot.
Right.
I cut it
So,
out.
best animation. Here we go. Here are the results. So, with 38 votes out of 765, in third place, 5% of the vote, Web of Fear.
Of course.
In second place, with 7% of the vote, that's 57 people, Galaxy 4.
There you go.
So, no
Foregone
surprise.
conclusion.
No surprises. First place, with 88% of the vote, 670 people, Evil of the Daleks.
That is
Yeah.
a landslide.
Landslide.
That is a landslide.
Win, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that was a great story. It did look good.
It looked
And
Yeah.
it was
amazing.
It was probably the best looking animation that they've done thus far. And a cracking story, isn't it?
Yes,
really?
great story.
Really good story. That was the first time you'd ever experienced Evil of the Daleks,
It was,
wasn't it?
yeah, because I didn't read any of the novels and I didn't bother with any of those telesnap things, so I couldn't be asked with that. So
Yeah, right.
I waited until it came out, in some sort of decent format.
I've started to get more into telesnaps.
Have you?
I think it's just because, the joke is you get the cheap animations and the expensive animations.
Yeah.
And I'm far more likely, I think, to split my time between the telesnaps and the animation,
Yeah.
than I am for the cheaper ones than I am for the kind of Evil of the Daleks.
Yeah.
You know, all the Dalek ones.
Yeah.
Are the expensive ones.
Yeah.
This next award is Best Rod Episode. In 2021, Matt and Billy produced 14 and a half brand new reviews, plus bonus content for Patreon and our Let's Play, or our abandoned Let's Play.
14 and a half? What are you doing? Like die halfway through one or something?
That's the interview that we did with the guy who wrote the Edge of Reality video game.
And the composer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a halfway house. It's been a wild ride, and we've enjoyed every minute, but which of our rods tickled your fancy? Don't want to hot dog and grandstand too much, so let's get straight to the top 5, which I'll rattle through.
I think Billy needs these glasses.
I think I do, actually, yeah.
Everyone needs them.
You need
It
to try
matches
them.
your velvet
It does.
thing.
It's almost like he planned
Let's see how
it.
good your eyes are.
Yeah.
It's almost like
But you
he
wear
planned
glasses normally, don't you?
Do you?
it.
Occasionally.
For computer work.
Like him?
That's
No.
me. I
Yeah.
don't really need them for reading.
Right, he's just showing off.
I'm just showing off.
Whoa, your right eye is a lot weaker than your left eye. That's kind of really throwing me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I have to read all that. Right, in 5th place with 8% of the votes, Farewell to 13, our first one.
Right.
In 4th place with 9% of the votes, Christmas Special, which I thought would have been a bit higher. In 3rd place with 10% of the votes, RTD returns The Space Pirates Reviewed.
Right.
Which is a good one. I
was
like
a good
that one.
That was good fun.
In 2nd place with 11% of the vote, so it was quite tight between the first, sort of like 4 episodes, The Twin Dilemma.
Right.
And in 1st place with 15% of the vote, RTD2 and The Evil of the Daleks.
Right.
Evil of the Daleks taken home 2 awards
Yeah.
so far this
Interesting.
evening. I wonder if it will do a 3rd.
Interesting.
Let's
Now, I
see.
actually thought that the first one, that the Farewell to 13 might have been... Sorry, I just blinded you.
Yeah.
You're going to need to go to the opticians now, so you're
Literally,
sorted.
yeah.
I'd have thought that the 13th Doctor one might have done better.
Do you know what? But it's the first one, and we've kind of found a bit more of a groove with it.
I guess so.
Adapted it, changed it up a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
we sort of know more what we're doing. That was the yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
but I thought the Christmas one was a good one.
Yeah, I love the Christmas one.
Yeah, maybe it was just we were just talking too much bollocks.
Quite possibly.
The Christmas one just gone, you mean?
Yeah,
okay,
where we had
fine.
all the tinsel and we were talking about that story that.
A bollocks.
That one. Yeah.
Talking of bollocks, Matt. Next
Right.
category.
Here we go. What's this one? The next award is Best Home Media Release. Oh, hang on.
The glasses are back on.
Glasses are back on. The ones that I don't need.
I'm just going to search through this so I
Lock
can
up your
find
daughters.
Jonathan's next one.
My personal favourite DVD release is hidden under the floorboards of my room, but sadly, Step Bro, What Are You Doing With That Etheric Beam Locator wasn't included in this year's nominees. Bloody hell, Billy.
You're welcome.
The following optical disc release were nominated, though, and they are Doctor Who, Revolution of the Daleks. Well, that last year's Christmas special. Did that come out this year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
No. That's not the
No.
one that just
last year's one.
one
Oh, I was
before.
going to say.
Last year's one.
right.
So Revolution of the Daleks.
Take your sip.
Having a sip. Revolution of the Daleks. Doctor Who, The Collection, Seasons 8, 24 and 17. Doctor Who, Series 8 Steelbook. Doctor Who, The Web of Fear, Special Edition. Is that the second special edition? How many special editions of this story have we had?
Just the one. There's the one that came out.
Oh, that was The Enemy of the World, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That got-
End of the
okay,
World
fair
had a
enough.
special edition.
Doctor Who, The Evil of the Daleks. Doctor Who, Galaxy 4. So what do we think? I mean, it's either going to be Evil of the Daleks or it's going to be one of those really good collection
The collection sets. I was going to say, surely they're pretty good, aren't they?
But
yeah.
How do you pick between those three? 8, 24 and 17. I mean, I know which one I would vote as my least favourite, just because not one of my favourite eras of the show, and I thought it was maybe a little bit light on content compared to the others.
Yes.
17
Yes.
was probably my least favourite of the collections of the year.
Yeah.
But that's still like at least like an 8 or a 9 in terms of like home media releases in general.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of what you get on your shelf these days.
Season 8?
Season 8. So that's Terror of the Autons,
Oh, yes.
Mind of Evil,
Oh, yeah, that was
Colony
that
in
was
Space.
That was a good one.
and all that lot.
All those new
demons.
CGI effects for Terror
Yes.
alone.
Yeah,
Terror was very
that
good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, it seems like it came out an eternity ago.
I know,
And to think
it's
that it only
mad.
came out start of last year.
Crazy.
Bonkers.
Season 24, no, not your favourite, Matt, but obviously, be careful, we've got the hanky there.
Yeah,
Um,
That box set made me realise that I think that's my first love of Doctor Who is that season. Because it
Really?
would have been like Dragonfire that I took out of the library.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And I would have
Was
watched,
it?
and that and Paradise Towers.
Yeah.
So I think really watching it and watching Sylves in conversation with Matthew Sweet, I was like, do you know what? I think this might be my favourite era of Doctor Who.
My God.
I
Wow.
really
Matt's
love it.
going to have a
I
coronary.
know.
now.
I
absolutely
mean, I'm
love
already
it.
going grey, so I'm
Yeah.
surprised I'm gone white.
I love it.
Well done, Billy.
You're welcome,
wow,
mate.
we've
I've
got
come to the
taste.
dark side.
Got taste.
But
yeah,
I will
well,
say,
dark side.
that was a very good box set.
Yeah, you enjoyed it because we watched it together and you said that.
I actually, watching it again,
Yeah.
even though, it's a bit daft and a bit cheesy and obviously very camp, it's good fun.
Yeah.
It is good fun. So, and I think that's all you need, isn't it, from Doctor Who? As long as you're enjoying yourself, what's the problem?
But that's a tricky thing with this category as well, because how do you divorce yourself from the episode that the release, kind of covers?
Yes.
Because, some of them are going to be lighter on special features than others. I mean, I put the Series 8 Steelbook in just because it had come out.
Yeah.
Features on that by comparison to
Oh,
like,
I
the
know.
collection sets,
Yeah.
and especially like Revolution of the Daleks.
Oh, yeah, it's just nothing, is it?
So at that point, you're kind of just voting on the story itself, which
Yeah.
is the tricky part of this
yeah.
category.
And you think with the collection, season 24 in particular, had masses of new stuff.
It did,
so
yeah.
many new
There were
documentaries
there were
and
lots,
features.
yeah.
And
Archive
all the
was
archive
crazy
stuff.
good.
All the studio stuff. It was bonkers.
Loads
Oh,
of
I've got to
that
watch it
stuff.
when I
Yeah.
get
The
back.
Rat Party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Rat
the
Party.
Rat Party was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's.
So which one do we think has come first?
I think it's going to be the collection set.
Yeah, one of those.
One of the collections?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the collections. So, in fifth place, with 4% of the vote, Doctor Who Series 8 Steelbook.
It got into the top 5.
Got into the top 5. 33 people voted for that. Now, I guess if you look at it from the standpoint of, the artwork is very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the collection sets of beautiful artwork.
That's kind
as
of
well.
the only reason you're buying a Steelbook.
That is, yeah.
And I really enjoyed collecting those Steelbooks up to the point that I forgot to pre-order the Series 5 one. And then I was like, I've fallen back. They're not available anymore. Bugger.
You can sell those. Sell them when the collections
I
come
will.
out.
I have got a
Series 8?
All
What was
the-
Series 8? Just remind me.
Capaldi's first series.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got, if anybody wants them when I'm gone, my nest egg is I've got all of the HMV, Sainsbury's and Asda vinyls. Big Finish vinyls.
nice.
And I'm still collecting them as they come out.
Oh.
It's my little thing I'm tucking away.
In fourth place, with 12% of the vote, Doctor Who, The Collection, Season 17. So 101 people voted for Season 17. And I think that's fair,
Yeah.
because Season 17, I'm watching it through now, we're watching it through now,
Yeah.
and most of the special features are just things that were on the DVDs.
There are a lot of the old DVD ones, aren't
Yeah.
there? Just, reruns of those, yeah.
Yeah, so I can understand that, with the exception of something like Nightmare of Eden, where you've got the new CGI, which is fantastic.
Yes,
yeah.
it really makes that story.
It
doesn't
re-
it?
yeah.
I mean, I love the story anyway, but...
I like Nightmare of
The
Eden.
thing I find a little bit pernickety, and it annoyed me a little bit with the Season 17 set, is when they list on the special features, making of featurette. And it's like, if you gave me the title of it, I'd be able to work out whether or not that's new
Yes.
or it's been on a previous
Yeah,
release.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's probably just a naming convention, but it kind of makes me feel like, are you trying to hide the fact that it's not
This is-
Yeah.
original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Nightmare of Eden in particular had... No, not Nightmare of Eden. It might have been... And Creature from the Pit, actually. Creature from the Pit was the one that really had no making of feature at all.
No.
So long as you watch bits and pieces from other
Yeah.
discs,
Yeah.
you got, okay, Alan Bromley got the sack or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay, in third place, with 17% of the vote, Doctor Who, The Collection, Season 24. 142 out of 825.
Interesting.
You're
That is
all wrong.
interesting. Wow, I'm
Wow.
surprised, because I thought that...
Might have been higher.
I thought it would have been higher, because people seem to sort of have a bit of a reappraisal of that.
And that's the great thing about these collection sets, though, is
Yeah.
that they all go through that thing where people go, actually, this is really good.
Yeah.
Or like, can we just pause and talk about this guest actor for a
Yeah.
second? And it kind of breathes new life into it. It's great.
Yeah, and like I said, so much good content, bonus content.
Exactly.
In second place, with 23% of the vote, Doctor Who, The Collection, Season 8, with 189 of the votes.
So,
Oh.
So, Yeah, that's pretty fair, I guess. I'm struggling to remember what additional stuff was on.
Yeah,
That
I
box
can't
set, though.
remember.
Wasn't there that feature with Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss on it, or was that?
No, that was
season
10.
Right. Okay.
Season 8 had I can't remember. Season
I'll
8,
have
is
a
that
look
the
when I
demons?
go back home.
The demons is season 8, isn't it?
Oh, you're talking about the episodes
so
themselves.
they went.
No, I'm talking about the special features.
Special
feature I
features.
remember
So
the
when
disc.
they went back to
They went back to Devil's End, didn't they?
Yeah,
They
so
got
that was
the
nice.
the director's one where they go back to the castle from the Mind
Oh,
of
that
Evil.
was good. That was really
That's
nice.
good.
Yeah, with Timothy Coombe and.
There's some other ones I can remember really. There's is there a conversation with Katie on that box set, or is that on the other one? It makes sense if it's on this one because it's her first.
I think it was
Yeah,
on
it was
this
this
one.
one, wasn't
Yeah,
it,
it
I
was
think?
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was good.
That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Okay,
So
so
that
the winner,
means the winner.
The winner is, in first place, with 36% of the vote, Doctor Who, The Evil of the Daleks. It was 296 out of 825. I mean, I'm not surprised really because it was a very good story. It was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
very
yeah.
strong release in terms of not just the animation, but the special features on that were really quite good.
They
as
were
well.
good, weren't they? Yes.
Because sometimes with animation releases, the special features aren't all that.
But I think like with Galaxy 4,
That
like,
had a really good
that's
one
got
with
a great feature
with
on
the Chumleys.
it with the Chumleys
And Peter Purvis.
and Peter Purvis, and you know, like finding the last Dravin. Like
Yes,
when I
yeah.
was doing, I can't remember if it was the first feature I did with Chris or the second one, but he was talking about like we found the
Yeah.
last Dravin. They're living in Australia,
Yeah.
and then arranging that call and stuff.
It's a shame the story
So-
just puts you into a coma, isn't it? Really, but apart from that,
Never mind, never mind.
Yeah.
I hope he told her that to her face.
But in last place, with 16% of the votes, 2%, was the Web of Fear Special Edition,
Yeah.
which it isn't surprising because that did feel a bit like a cash grab. Was there a new documentary on there? Or
I
something?
don't remember. I didn't buy it.
No, I
No, we haven't got it either.
No, I
No.
didn't bother because I thought, well, it'll
looks
come out.
fun.
it'll come out on the collection.
It'll come out on the collection. I'm not buying it again. And then in second to last place, with 17 votes, also 2%, Galaxy 4. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
I'm just interested the fact that they're so close.
Very
Yes,
close.
they are, aren't they?
There's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah.
There's one vote between Galaxy 4
I mean-
and the Web of Fear. I don't think that's representative of either of them.
No.
I think that Galaxy 4 is a superior animation.
Yes.
Maybe not a superior story. But then I guess that's the difficulty with the voting is that people are probably weighing both of those
Yeah,
things
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And that's why it was separated by
Yeah.
a single vote.
Right.
Yeah. I think Galaxy 4 should have been slightly higher because it's the first time this story has been released.
Yeah.
First Hartnell animation. All right,
Yeah.
maybe the animation style wasn't fantastic, but certainly better than Web of Fear.
Yeah.
Because if you already have the Web of Fear DVD that came out with the 50th anniversary,
Yeah.
well, you've got it, haven't you? Really, you don't
Exactly.
necessarily need the CGI, whatever it is, Roblox animation.
The
version.
Roblox animation, indeed.
All right. The next award is Best TV Episode.
Oh, yes, he got it.
Are you happy about that?
I'm very happy with that.
Okay, let's have a look. Doctor Who is only as good as its last story on TV. So say the fans who continue to hump the leg of 1970s adventures in space and time and still steadfastly refuse to accept Peter Davison as the Doctor. But 2021 presented a reformatting for the show more in line with what grumpy old arseholes expect from their favourite children's programme. Did that make them happier? Did it fuck? The nominees are, right, Revolution of the Daleks,
Yeah.
The Halloween Apocalypse. What was that about?
It was the apocalypse on Halloween.
The first episode of
Yeah,
Flux.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah,
where
yeah.
Dan gets his
I
house
get
shut
it.
down.
Yeah,
and
that one. Yeah. Okay, fine. War of the Sontarans. Once Upon Time. Village of the Angels. Survivors of the Flux. Finally, The Vanquishers.
Okay.
A killer's
right.
row there of Doctor Who episodes. I just want to say I think it's really interesting the way the voting went for the special with Tozin and Bradley.
Revolution of the
For
Daleks.
all the categories they're involved in.
Right.
Because it was kind of like everybody forgot that story happened.
Yeah.
Well, until it was mentioned here, I forgot that that story aired this year, last year, because it was obviously 1st of January, isn't it?
Early,
Well,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, what do I know? But I mean, I thought the Angel story was a particularly good one.
Yes.
So I would have thought that would feature high up. Also, the War of the Sontaran one, I would have thought that would feature high up.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you agree with that.
I would agree that I would say Village of the Angels was number one.
That was a very good
then
story.
the Sontaran story.
Where do you think? What's the last one?
The last one, I imagine it's either going to be Halloween. No, Survivors of the Flux. That was
terrible, wasn't it?
That was pretty duff, wasn't it? That was just the one where
That was the penultimate one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one with all the
Yeah.
unit stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the only decent bit about it.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
else was crap. So I think at the bottom will be Survivors of the Flux.
Yeah, I think I go with that.
Yeah.
What did you think, Billy? Out of interest.
I voted for. I think I voted for War of the Sontarans.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything.
No.
I'll give it away.
Should we find out?
Yeah, let's find out.
Come on then, let's have a look. So, best TV episode. So, in 7th place, with 1% of the vote, 5 people out of 825, The Vanquishers.
Gosh, wow. So
People hated it that much.
So
the
that's
very
the
last-
finale.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad when your finale. I mean, what is this poll compared to
Yeah.
what the general public think?
But it's interesting though.
I think we've got
is
we've got a really wide berth of fans who have different opinions.
Yeah.
Some people
All
love the
age
current
groups
run,
that
all
watch
age
us,
groups, some
and,
people
and all backgrounds.
exactly. And I think these are interesting
Yeah.
for that reason. I think.
Wow.
Okay, in 6th place, with also 1% of the vote, Survivors of the Flux.
Okay,
So one we thought would be last.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Right. In 5th place, with 3% of the vote, that's 23 people, the Halloween Apocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
In 4th place, with 4% of the vote, that's 31 people, Once Upon Time.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of it is set up, isn't it? A lot of it's
It
filler.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
filler.
Yeah.
It really is in that, I think. 3rd place now, 5% of the vote, 38 people, Revolution of the Daleks, so that was the New Year's
That was
last year.
That was good. I like that story.
But I'm
Yeah, it's
surprised
alright.
it came that high in that rank.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I
Really?
think it's better than some of those other
I
ones.
think it's much better than some of those other ones.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe there was a recency bias in it.
Oh,
and,
possibly.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So that means in 2nd place, ladies and gents, with 35% of the vote, 285 people, War of the Sontarans.
Or this one's like,
There we go. Which means.
So that means, by process of elimination, in 1st place, with 53% of the vote, 436 people voted
Wow.
Village of the Angels.
Over
you
half.
Yeah, it was. I must say, I've said this to you before. I'm not massively keen on the Weeping Angels. That's quite a shock because loads of people love them. I just think some of those earlier ones I'm not so keen. But I did think that was a particularly good story.
Yeah.
So I think that was quite right.
I think it's interesting you said that you weren't really keen on them before, but you like that one. Because I think a lot of people on Twitter especially were saying that episode sort of solidified them as the other big bad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got, the Master kind of doesn't count in that category, but you've got the Daleks, the Cybermen, Sontarans.
Yeah.
They are probably 5th,
Yeah.
4th in that ranking. Probably.
Yeah,
I mean, they were
yeah.
scary, weren't they?
They were very scary, yeah.
And it was such a good story as well.
It was
so
a really
well
good
written,
story.
yeah.
And they-
well directed as well.
Brilliantly directed, and they did cool stuff they hadn't done before without ruining the mystique. of it.
Yeah.
Like Moffat created them, and then he ended up getting them to move on screen.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to bash him, so I'm not
No,
gonna
that
say
was your New
anything
Year's
further.
resolution.
And I've broken it.
You've buggered it up.
Next award is Best Cliffhanger.
Oh, right.
The serialised nature of Flux saw the return of cliffhangers to Doctor Who. Of course, life throws many little cliffhangers in our way, and I've had an advanced preview of what 2022 holds for you, Matthew. Would you like to know?
Yeah, go on then.
I'll tell you next week. In the meantime, here are the nominees for Best Cliffhanger. The End of the Universe. I always wondered what it would feel like from the Halloween apocalypse.
Yeah.
All in Good Time from War of the Sontarans. He's going to click his fingers and kill Yaz in front of the Doctor.
Right,
And she's
okay.
getting all teary. The Angel Has the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Are Recalled from Village of the Angels.
Yeah.
And finally, Now Doctor, You, which, if you've forgotten about, I'm not surprised, because it was at the end of Survivors of the Flux.
That's the pocket watch, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
saw- yeah.
And it's basically the same as War of the Sontarans,
yeah.
but with a pocket
Yeah.
watch involved. So, which one do we think came first? I think there's some crackers in here.
I think that
The Angel one was good.
Yeah.
the Angel one is
Yeah.
definitely number one.
Yeah.
That
I-
was fantastic.
It was
Yeah.
really good.
What
yeah.
a cliffhanger.
It was a great-
I'm really interested that you guys are like, that is definitely it, because I wondered if there was a little bit of
Did you?
Slay.
I do
Right.
think that the Halloween Apocalypse one was quite a good one.
Yeah.
Remind me of that one.
She's in the TARDIS and the Flux is coming towards the doors and
Oh
they're
yeah,
open.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
I think the problem with these cliffhangers, of all of them, is that the resolutions are pretty piss poor.
Yes, that is the case.
You know,
I think.
I mean, well, I say piss poor. It's just. You know,
Get out of jail free card is played.
It
sort of
very
thing.
much so.
Yeah.
Especially with like the Angel one, that it was
Yeah.
just. Oh, okay.
Then suddenly was there.
Yeah.
And I thought that one with the pocket watch, it would have been good if she, you know, because the camera locks onto the pocket watch, and then he said you're next, whatever. I thought they should have the next episode stopped him. What's her name? What's she called?
Azure.
That one. Yeah. Yeah. No, not Doctor Who. No, Azure should have said, "Well, hold on, a minute."
Yeah.
Because there's obviously something with that watch which we could try to manipulate and use, but they didn't do that.
Yeah,
she
true.
just ran up, and it was like a lost moment.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame because they obviously knew what the pocket watch
Yeah,
meant to
yeah,
her.
yeah.
But for like a modern viewer, I mean, I guess that 2007 year was massive for the show, and lots of people would remember the fob watch. But maybe it needed a bit of explanation. Maybe,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But which would have worked, Johnny, with that idea of her
Yeah.
saying, "Hang on a minute, this is a bargaining chip."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sadly, wasn't to be.
no.
So we think it's going to be "You Are
I
Recalled"
think it's
from Village of the Angels.
Yeah.
Okay. In 5th place with 1% of the vote. Now Doctor You from Survivors of the Flux.
Right.
So the pocket watch one.
Yeah.
In 4th place with 8% of the vote, The Angel Has the TARDIS. Which
Okay.
I was quite surprised by because it's a very well staged
That's really cool when the,
moment, and it's a great line to
Yeah.
end
Yeah,
an
yeah,
episode
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
go into the
because
theme tune.
that echoes Blink, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Angel has the phone box,
The
yeah.
Angel has the phone box. That's it.
In 3rd place with 17% of the vote, All in Good Time from War of the Sontarans. That's the
Yeah.
snap, which
Yeah.
was the one, apart from the obvious one, that everybody exploded about on Twitter.
Yeah.
That, and the way Jodie played it, where she was really tearful about losing Yaz, that obviously played into the Thasmin thing, so I thought that one would have come up a bit higher. In 2nd place with 13% of the vote, The End of the Universe. I always wondered what it would look like from the Halloween Apocalypse, which means, of course, and I've balled it up in a completely different section of this envelope for no reason whatsoever. In 1st place with 68% of the vote, that's 551 people out of 816, You Are Recalled
Yeah.
from Village of the Angels.
I'm not really surprised.
No,
No.
that was
No,
a
I
very
think that was-
good
it was
cliffhanger.
yeah.
What was more of a foregone conclusion, that or Web of Fear coming last in the animation? Right, Matt, would you like to pick the next one, apart from that one? That's last.
Okay. So, the next category is Best Guest Cast Member. There have been so many wonderful additions to the Doctor's family over the past 12 months. So let's celebrate those fresh faces who graced our screens in 2021 and gloss over the handful of individuals who have conspired to make the rewatches of some 21st century Doctor Who feel like watching an episode of Crime Watch. The nominees are Jacob Anderson as Vinder, Joe Martin as the Fugitive Doctor, Gemma Redgrave as Kate Stewart, Kevin McNally as Professor Eustachius Jericho, Craig Parkinson as the Grand Serpent, Sam Spruill as Swarm, Thadia Graham as Bell, Steve Oram as Joseph Williamson, Jonathan Watson as Skark, Commander Rixor, Annabelle Sholey as Claire Brown, Craig Ells as Carvanista, Nadia Albina as Diane, Roshinda Sandal as Azure, and Barbara Flynn as Tek Taeun.
It's a lot of
There's a really good people in this
good
category
people.
because Kevin McNally was excellent as Jericho. He was
And
a great.
everybody latched onto him.
Everybody
good.
liked his character. Sam Spruill absolutely killed it as Swarm, as did the lady playing Azure, Roshinda Sandal.
Barbara Flynn is an excellent actress, and she
Was
played
very
it really
good,
well.
and it was a shame that they killed her off.
It was really.
It was a shame they killed her off because I was
There's
adamant that she's not dead. She'll be in the next episode.
there's more.
There's more to
from
come.
her. Yeah, I thought she was very good.
I don't think so. I think she's gone. And that's the really annoying part of it.
Yeah,
The-
they do this, don't they? They cock it up.
Wasted.
Why don't people go, look, come on, think
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
This
Look,
is a
look
good
at who
character.
you've got
Yeah.
as playing it
Yeah,
as well.
exactly, yeah. it doesn't take much to do something.
Yeah.
As we'll just write in a quick whatever.
Exactly.
A little coda.
Exactly.
Just to,
I mean, Gemma Redgrave as Kate Stewart. I mean, she didn't really bring much to the table, really. I didn't think.
No, we
that.
could have got Vin Diesel cut out over there as Kate Stewart, and
Nobody would have batted an eyelid.
No.
Craig Parkinson was very good as the Grand Serpent. Not the most exciting character of that season, but he's a good actor. Jacob Anderson as Vinder. Now, Jacob Anderson was great, Bristol boy, but they made such a big fuss about him being in the series,
But it's that same thing where they go like, oh, nerds like nerdy things. So it's like, if you like Game of Thrones, you probably like Doctor Who. That crossover doesn't...
No.
It's not as big as as you think.
Unless there was going to be some sort of sex scene. I don't think people are going to...
There's still 2 episodes this year left to go, and it looks like it's heading that way.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
With the Sea Devils.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Who else?
Who look excellent, by the way.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really glad you weighed in on that.
Absolutely fantastic. They look so good. Yeah, brilliant.
Jonathan Watson was good as the new Sontarans. I liked him. Thadia Graham as Belle. Yeah, again, so fine.
There.
Yeah. I didn't really like that whole thing.
No.
That was a subplot, because I remember there was a whole thing with there, like, could it be the Doctor's
mother?
Parent?
Yes, I know,
and obviously, thank God that never happened.
No.
There's still time. We didn't actually see the birth of the child.
No.
We didn't find out what the crack was with the baby, if there was any significance with the baby.
Yeah.
And I feel like their story is kind of open-ended. I feel like they could come back.
Do you reckon?
I don't know if they will.
No.
But I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
Yeah. There's a big Finnish box set in there.
There's 19.
Call the midwife. With those two. And Craig Ailes is Carvanista. People loved Carvanista. A little too much.
Yeah.
I think,
have you seen that clip, Johnny?
I think you showed me some weird shit on that. Yeah.
So, if that's your bag, then fair enough.
Woof, woof, yeah.
But shall we find out?
Let's see
what the results are? So, the results are, in 5th place with 4% of the vote, Jacob Anderson as Vinder, 30 people.
Okay.
In 4th place with 5% of the vote, Craig Ells as Carvanista, 39 out of 822.
I'm glad he got in there.
I'm glad he got in there.
I'm
surprised he's as low as he was, because people really liked him.
Well, let's see who's still...
all right, that bloody ridiculous head on.
Yes, it wasn't great, was it?
It was really bad.
I didn't mind it.
Really?
No, it's Doctor Who. I know we all expect the prosthetics to look brilliant these days.
Yeah.
But if it kind of looks a bit, suddenly everyone's like, that looked crap. And it's like, well, it didn't look great, but,
I think had that have turned up in a Sylvester McCoy story... I wouldn't have. It would have been all the time, I think that makeup is up there with the Cara. Is up there with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fine for 1980, whatever.
Sure.
But
mind you, saying that, there were some good prosthetics in those 80s.
Oh yeah.
Look at the Destroyer. Excellent.
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
So,
that's no just. Yeah, well, that is true actually. Yeah. No, it was just shit. It was just a shitty doghead. In 3rd place, with 18% of the vote, Sam Spruill as Swarm, 150 out of 822. I'm surprised.
Thank God that Swarm and Azure won Best Villain.
I'm really shocked. I thought he would be higher.
Yeah, I did as well.
In 2nd place, with 24% of the vote, Jo Martin as the Fugitive Doctor.
We have mentioned her, did we?
Is that not a massive shock?
That is
a massive shock.
Yeah.
So 200 people. Now, obviously, I think Jo Martin is really good, and I like her as the Doctor, and I want to see more of her as the Doctor. Unfortunately, we didn't see enough of her as the Doctor to the point where I almost forgot that I'd read it on the piece of paper.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a shame. But I thought the goodwill that everybody has towards Jo Martin and the Fugitive Doctor was enough to take it over the line and make it a winner, but sadly not.
Interesting. Right then, so 1st place then, Matt.
1st place goes to in 36% of the vote, Kevin McNally as Professor Eustachius Jericho, 296 of 822. I did say he was the first one that popped out on the sheet when I said, I think
he is a good actor. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Do you?
I don't get why he came first. I get top 5.
Yeah.
But I don't think...
I don't think he should have been first.
Not him, but the character. I thought he was really good in Village of the Angels. But it's that somebody who's last name begins with M thing, where you have like a bit part character coming back,
Yeah.
and they're treated like part of the furniture.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I haven't actually got to know this person well enough
Yeah.
for them to suddenly just be on board the TARDIS and mixing in with the regulars like it's totally normal.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He had a great chemistry with the regular cast with John Bishop and with Mandip Gill, but as a character, I just didn't think there was nearly as
Enough
much
there.
there,
No.
and nearly as much love as Joe Martin gets.
Yeah, that is true. That is surprising.
But
You know,
there's lots of people who like him out there.
I think I would have personally put
Swarm
at the
Yeah,
top.
Yeah.
And I'm actually quite surprised that Azure didn't feature.
Yeah.
Because she was good. You know, she
She's another good actress.
she's an
Yeah.
excellent actress, and I like the way that her performance. You know, he was obviously very flamboyant
Yes,
and over the top.
and she was much more
Reserved,
subdued and reserved.
yeah,
she
quite-
She was
yeah.
like properly like cerebral, like she was the cruel one out of the two.
Yeah.
She was the one kind of egging him on.
Yeah.
and
manipulator,
stuff, and
really, wasn't
Yeah.
she? I suppose, yeah.
It's so nice that there's a dynamic of like monsters where you can still talk about them like that. You know, with
Yeah.
like there's the levels and layers to them.
Very good.
Brilliant. Right, Johnny,
Okay. Only 3 left. Which one am I not allowed to choose?
that one.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
Right, I'll choose the top one then.
There we go.
Oh, fucking me. There's lots of things there. Right. Right. Oh, dear. Right.
Do you want these?
The next award now is the best Big Finish box set.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have fun reading these out, Johnny. Because
There are lots of them.
Now you don't listen to
do
any Big Finish,
No,
so this
I-
is
Well, you
going
have
to be.
listened to some.
I've borrowed a few a year or so ago in the
Yeah.
car and listened to them on the way to school, but on the way back as well.
These
Not
are-
for a while, though.
I'm really looking for, because these are all official Big Finish spin-offs. So if there's something on there that you need, confirmation on what the hell it is,
I will do.
Then ask us.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, let's read
How
the
many, probably?
blurb. There were so many new releases from Big Finish that in order to list all of the nominees, we're ditching the introduction right here. Ironically, this was our most skipped category. The nominees, therefore,
I
are...
made myself laugh at my own jokes. Sorry.
That's right. Masterful. The Fourth Doctor Adventure series, 10 volumes, 1 and 2. The Diary of River Song series 8 and The New Recruit. Time War, volume 4. Stranded 2 and 3. Master. The Lone Centurion, volume 1. Dalek Universe 1, 2 and 3. The First Doctor Adventures, volume 5. The Ninth Doctor Adventures, Ravagers, Respond to All Calls, and Lost Warriors. The Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 7 and Volume 8. The Robots, Volume 4. Just bear with me a moment.
Do you think they might have oversaturated the market
Just
slightly?
possibly. The War Doctor Begins, Forged in Fire, and Warbringer. Jago and Lightfoot, Series 14. Lady Christina, who the fuck's that? Series 2.
I knew that was the one that would get him.
The War Master Killing Time. The Sixth Doctor Adventures, The 11. The Fifth Doctor Adventures, The Lost Resort, and Other Stories. They forgot, I couldn't think of a name there. The 11th Doctor Chronicles. Missy and the Monk. Is that some sort of porn thing, audio or something? The 12th Doctor Chronicles, Time Jacked. Jenny, the Doctor's daughter, still running. Honestly. Unit, Between Two Worlds, and thank the Lord, the last one, The Year of Martha Jones.
Round of applause, Johnny.
done.
Well, there
that
we
was
go.
well impressive. Now, which one of those do you want to deep dive and find out more about?
That phrase, deep dive, this is what Ofsted use now, deep dive. When they come into lessons, we're going to do a deep dive. We all thought, we just cracked up hearing that. We thought it was some sort of sexual, perverse sort of thing they were
My
up to.
God.
Right. Well, I don't know who Lady Christina is. So
Have a
who's-
guess. Have a guess. They've been in a new series story.
Have they? Lady Christina, a new series story. I honestly couldn't tell you. You have to help me. I can't think of anybody.
Go on, Matt.
So, Lady Christina was in Planet of the Dead, which was one of the final specials with David Tennant.
Ooh, well, we're
It's
going back.
the girl that was, "You ain't my mother!" from EastEnders.
Michelle Ryan? No.
On the bus one.
On the bus one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her, is it?
Yeah.
That's her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Giving her a box set.
Wow. I mean, why?
I know. Not only one, this is the second one.
Well, yeah, series 2. I mean, they're scraping the barrel if they're giving, her. I mean, she must be struggling for work or something if she's coming here for. Wow. Anyway, okay. So, Well, I've never heard that. So what about this one then?
Jonathan's views do not represent those of the Review of Death.
No,
or
yeah.
Pickaxe
I knew I'm
Podcast.
going to say stuff that people, So what about this one then? So the Sixth Doctor Adventures, the 11. What's the 11? Is that the one who plays all the different versions?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard about that one. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Now I've got that box set and I haven't listened to it yet. I've got a lot of the box sets, well, not a lot of them. I've got a handful of the box sets on this list. And some of them I've listened to and some of them I haven't. I'm still waiting to listen to them.
So you're
the
really the only
robots-
person that can give us a proper...
I mean, if I was to say which is the winner...
Hang on, what's the robots first?
That is set with the Robots of Death robots.
I was going to say the Robots of Death, but
Yeah.
I don't say that because it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
it was.
so
it is, yeah.
I've not a series that I've listened to. But I would say the winner is probably going to be Dalek Universe 1, 2 and 3. Now, I've not listened to Dalek Universe, but I've heard very good things.
Have you?
Yeah. It's David Tennant and it's classic Daleks. Terry Malloy reprising his role as Davros.
Oh, good.
Mavellans are in it.
Oh, right.
It's
that's-
everything.
Mechanoids.
I think Mechanoids might be in it
Yeah.
as well. And another character, which is a big spoiler, so I shan't say who. But it got a lot of attention on Twitter.
Did it?
It got a lot of attention to the point where I was almost tempted to. I was like, "Oh, shall I get it?" But I thought I've got so many things, and
To work through still.
and I'm I'm not really the biggest 10th Doctor fan.
I mean, Yago and Lightfoot, series 14.
Yeah,
I love.
And one of the
Yeah.
two of them's dead now.
I know, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amazing. Should we find out?
Yeah. Go on. Put us out of our misery.
In this
I
very
did.
long
I was
list.
kind of joking when I said they've oversaturated the market, but they've oversaturated their own market.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's a lot.
how do you do that?
How do you afford it all? If you were a completionist,
I
how
know.
would you get it all?
Right, let's get on with it. So, here we go. In 5th place, with 9% of the votes, ladies and gents, the 9th Doctor Adventures Lost Warriors. 61 of 678 people.
Right, so I have got that, but I haven't listened to it.
Okay.
So that is the Christopher Eccleston set with the Cybermen
That just
in it,
came out.
That just came out before Christmas.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
In 4th place, with 10% of the vote, 68 people voted for Dalek Universe 1.
Okay, right, fair enough.
In 3rd place, with 10% of the vote,
Can't remember this one.
Masterful.
Masterful. So that was the box set, again, not one that I've listened to, where all of the masters
They all
are
come
in
together.
it.
Yes, we
Yeah.
were saying about
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
In 2nd place, with 14% of the vote, 97 people voted for the 9th Doctor Adventures Ravagers.
That is crap.
Is it?
That is nonsense. That
it?
should not be that high up.
Is it terrible?
Well, the story is nonsensical. I'm sorry. It is. That's insanity.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was.
Is it?
It was. Yeah. It's the only one of the list that I've actually listened to.
Oh, and what did you think?
I was looking forward to the later ones to see how Chris played it further. I'm being very generous.
You're being very generous.
I didn't mind it. It's nice to have Chris back, and that's kind of what it's for me. Is like him playing the role again.
Now let's
Yeah.
hear a proper answer. Come on then, Matt.
Yeah, I'm being diplomatic.
Yeah.
You're being very diplomatic.
Tell us about it properly.
Well, I mean, Chris was brilliant. You know, it was, and I can understand people might have voting for it because it was the first time he'd come back to the part. But I just didn't think the story made any sense. I listened to it all the way through, and I couldn't make head nor tail of it. And I mean, a lot of the reviews that came out were very positive towards Eccleston, but very
Quiet about
the plot.
the
They were like,
story.
oh well, you know, the story, and that was it. And it's like, well,
So who were the baddies in it?
I haven't got a clue.
Oh right.
I
Okay.
There
really-
was something to do with being plugged into a video game, and there's
Yeah.
aliens that feed off of something you generate when you kill somebody, or they drain off pleasure or pain or something.
Oh right. In a video game.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
like people are like hardwired into it, so they actually kill people.
But
I
it
don't know.
also had a like non-linear narrative as well. So
Yeah.
it was all over the place, and yeah, it was very confused.
Well, let's find out who won
So
then.
here we go then. So in first place with 68% of the vote, 110 people voted for the 9th Doctor Adventures Respond to All Calls.
That was a good set.
Yeah.
That was a good
Would
set.
you say that's the best one out of all the ones that came out last year that you've actually listened to?
Quite possibly,
Yeah.
yes. It was pretty good. Eccleston again.
Yeah.
On top form. That box set I found replicated his era the best out of the two that I've listened to.
Right.
I thought the first one just didn't feel like
Him.
that season
that type
at
of-
all. But this one was very good. You had the first story, which was very much kitchen sink drama, single father with a daughter that had gone missing, police intervening, and the doctor turns up.
Okay.
You could imagine that being aired in
screen.
2005
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
The second story was about a jazz musician during the Second World War. And a creature made of music, of sound or something. That was really good. Again, something that you could have imagined being on screen. And then the last one was a bit more fanciful with like some sort of graveyard thing and stuff.
So you're not surprised at that
So I'm
result?
not surprised.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
kind of shocked that the Dalek Universe one didn't come higher because people went crazy for that.
Yeah.
on there.
Which one
So
was it,
then-
Johnny? That came, the Dalek Universe one, was it 1, 2, or 3?
Number 1, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Dalek Universe 1.
Right.
That was 4th place. And then just at the bottom here it says, joint last, both with 1 vote, constituting 0% of the overall vote, were The Robots Volume 4 and, surprise, surprise, Lady Christina Series 2.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There we go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right then, we've got 2 more categories to go.
Okay.
Ooh.
How should we do this? Because Johnny, I still want you to do the last one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Matt, do you want to take the penultimate category?
I can do if you want.
Let's give you the penultimate category and
Okay.
we'll save this one for Johnny.
Penultimate category. The next category is ROD Rankings. This was an award voted on exclusively by our amazing supporters over on Patreon. They've had their say and ranked every individual story we reviewed in 2021. The nominees are War of the Sontarans, Once Upon Time, The Space Pirates, Vincent and the Doctor, The Rings of Akaten, The Vanquishers, Village of the Angels, The Evil of the Daleks, Survivors of the Flux, The Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe, The Day of the Doctor, The Halloween Apocalypse, The Twin Dilemma, and Underworld. Wow, we reviewed a lot of stuff.
did,
A lot
wow.
of
We
stuff.
did a lot of stories.
A lot of stuff. And I accidentally included Eve of the Daleks in that list, even though we released it in 2022. But I've omitted that from the rankings. So
Fair
there
enough.
we go. So, I mean, the whole kind of point of starting the new format of it before Flux came along was to look at stories that, you know, are at the bottom of the list of DWM ranked episodes and just seeing what we can extrapolate from them that is positive.
Yeah.
I think we did that with a lot of what we reviewed.
Yeah, I think we did.
I think we managed to find something great in all of them,
Oh yeah, for sure.
which is really nice. The difficulty then is just which is the one that didn't jump up in our estimations.
Yeah.
Is that it? And is that the way that the viewers, the patrons,
So
are going to
what
take
is
it?
this vote?
So basically, it's going to be ranked from the one that was least voted for, right at the bottom of the list, through to the one that got the top vote. So that
I
would be,
see.
in the opinion of our
The one that they
patrons,
wanted you to review the most.
the episode they think is the best out of all of the ones that we've.
Oh, I see.
So not the review, but the episode.
the actual
themselves.
episode itself.
Oh, the actual Doctor Who episode themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Ah,
So-
sorry, I was different. I was thinking different. Right.
So if we eliminate Flux, so Johnny, Space Pirates.
Well, again, I haven't read the novelization of it. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
the Target book. I haven't watched the thingy. But all I know is it's a pile of poo. So
There we
yeah.
go. That'll do.
Yeah.
What else we got? Even the Daleks, obviously, we know is great.
Yeah.
The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe.
Now then, the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Is that shit one at Christmas, or
There you go.
when they go like the Chronicles of Narnia?
Yeah.
Absolutely appalling.
Great.
Yeah.
The Day of the Doctor.
That's the anniversary one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. The Twin Dilemma.
Well, when you were saying we tried to find some good about all of them, I thought, really?
We-
Twin Dilemma? What did you find in that one?
Colin.
Yeah,
He's
Colin.
excellent in it.
He is excellent in it, but Colin's performance aside, the actual story,
I mean,
Wow.
Grubs.
Cross.
I mean,
Underworld.
No, I like Underworld.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. See, Matt and
CSO
I.
and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Underworld.
All right. Okay then, Matt. What do you think came first?
I
Out of
mean-
all of those episodes that we reviewed in 2021.
Oh, it's difficult because I would say maybe Evil of the Daleks, but of course you've got something like Village of Angels on there, which people are going to also vote for.
Yeah.
And again, there might be a recency bias in there, and
Exactly.
we've got such a broad church of people who watch the videos anyway, and especially on Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, the people talking about stuff in Discord. I'm like, whoa! Like, there's so many different thoughts and opinions on Doctor Who here.
Yeah.
I was really interested to see what was going to come out top.
Well, let's find out. And of course, like something like Dare the Doctor is, people love that story
They do.
for a number of reasons. So here we go. In 6th place with 2% of the votes, the Space Pirates. One person. I wonder who that was.
Bless you. Bless you, my son.
In joint 5th place with 5% of the votes each was Underworld and the Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. 2 people.
Wow. Well, I voted for Underworld. Did I? I didn't really know, but I mean, I would have done in hindsight.
That would have been.
Yeah, I like Underworld.
In 4th place with 12% of the vote, War of the Sontarans. 5 people out of 43. Okay.
These aren't all our patrons that actually. There were a few that didn't vote, so
Okay.
about a dozen. So
Fair enough. In 3rd place with 16% of the vote, Evil of the Daleks. 7 people. In joint 2nd place with 19% of the vote each, Vincent and the Doctor and The Day of the Doctor. 8 people voted for those stories.
people are liking the Matt Smith ones.
They really
Gosh.
are. So, what's number 1? In 1st place with 23% of the vote, Village of the Angels. 10 people voted Village of the Angels.
So it's a recency thing.
It is a recency thing. It was a very good story.
It was a very good story,
a very
yeah.
good
It was a good
story. And I
story.
guess, if you're
Yeah.
if you were someone who was on Patreon who, maybe doesn't collect the animations,
Yeah.
then they'll be like, well, I don't collect the animations,
No.
but I have watched that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
That one was the best. Also, the following episodes received 0 votes. Once Upon Time, The Rings of Akaten, The Vanquishers, Survivors of the Flux, The Halloween Apocalypse, and The Twin Dilemma. Oh, I'm
There we
surprised that The Twin Dilemma didn't get
I'm
at
really
least
shocked because I
thought
think
someone
it's
would-
way more fun than people give it credit for.
Yeah,
I think
come
it's
on.
a proper laugh, but there we
Really?
go.
And it's got Colin in it. I thought there was going to be a Colin fan
Yeah.
in Patreon.
Or a
It was
Kevin McNally fan because
Kevin
he's in
McNally.
it.
He's in it, yeah.
Johnny, will you do us the honours?
Right, are you sure that I should be...
I think you should. This
Really?
is our final category
I feel very honoured.
of the RoDies 2022.
Okay, so this is the final award, ladies and gents, Best Series Regular.
Okay.
And the blurb goes, standing head and shoulders over the rest of our categories, you, the viewers, have voted for the member of Team TARDIS that stood out to you the most in 2021. We went from the fam to something not completely unlike the fam, but distinct enough to leave a positive impression on the programme and the fan base. So, the nominees are as follows. Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, Mandip Gill as Matt's girlfriend, Yasmin Khan, John Bishop as a plumber, Dan Lewis,
Plasterer, actually.
Plasterer. Oh, bollocks, I got the joke wrong.
I think that speaks volumes.
Oh, it does, really.
Bradley Walsh as Graham O'Brien, and Tosin Cole, is that how you pronounce his name?
Tosin Cole.
Yeah, as Ryan Sinclair,
Now,
the series regular.
I have to say, this was, in terms of the top 2, this was the tightest category
Was it?
out of
Really?
all of them. And it really surprised me.
Wow. I was just going to say, it's going to be Jodie, isn't it?
What do we think?
Bradley Walsh has got a lot of fans out there.
Bradley Walsh has got a lot of fans out there.
Yeah.
I would.
Do they listen to the review of Death?
Well, too busy watching The Chase.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he could be high up
he
that
could-
list.
Well,
Bradley Walsh. Yeah,
I'll
I do
tell
actually.
you who's at the bottom.
Tosin Cole.
Tosin Cole.
Yeah,
Right.
I would agree with you on that one.
Because,
Yeah. You know.
yeah.
But again, I mean, it was only in one episode this year, and it's kind of the Graham and Ryan thing. It's kind of buried now. Like, people who weren't that fond of series 11 and 12, they found something to enjoy with Flux, and so they're probably like, nah, that sort of stuff we can park.
True.
What do we think?
I don't know. Mandip as well. She's popular, isn't she?
Mandip's popular.
she could be at the top or near the
John,
top.
John Bishop was good. I did like John Bishop
Yeah.
this year. Oh, this is hard. I will say Jodie. I think Jodie
Yeah.
because
What do you think, Johnny?
She's the Doctor.
At the top, I'll go with Mandip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'll go with
Wow.
Mandip.
I like
Okay.
it. Good
Should
stuff.
we have a look?
Let's have a look.
What did
Right.
you think?
I thought Jodie.
Yeah.
Right, okay. In 5th place, with 0% of the vote, Tosin Cole
Yeah.
as Ryan Sinclair, 4 people of 818.
Wow.
In 4th place, with 7% of the vote, Bradley Walsh. as Graham O'Brien. I was
first
wrong.
shock?
Wow.
Yeah.
55 of 818 people. In third place, I was very wrong, with 9% of the vote, Mandip
Okay.
as Yasmin. 70 people voted. Second place, with 42% of the vote,
It's a
John
high
Bishop
It's a high
as
percentage.
Dan. 340 people.
Wow.
And again, is that because he's most recent and it's that thing? Oh, you know,
See, I don't know. I wouldn't want to cast aspersions, so I'll remain silent on why I think he's that high.
so
I
then,
think he's good.
Yeah.
in first place, then, with 43% of the vote, you were both right, of course. Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. She received 349 votes. And it says here at the bottom, at no point during the voting were Jodie and John more than 10 votes apart. 9 votes separated them in the end.
Wow.
Isn't that
Interesting.
crazy?
That is
Wow.
bonkers.
So it was very close.
And for a while, maybe the first week,
was he in the lead?
he was in the lead quite significantly.
Wow.
Whoa.
Now, I like John Bishop. I think he's really, really good in the role. I like Dan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like him more than Graham at this point, but we have spent less time with him.
Yes.
But as much as people probably like him, I didn't see that much love for him, like on Twitter,
No.
compared to Jodie.
Unless you liked Carvanista.
Unless you like Carvanista and Dan getting it off. But I just thought.
See,
part
I
of me,
didn't go with Jodie because I just thought it was too obvious. So I thought it's not going to be her because they all love her. So fair enough. So I thought they're going to go with. So that's why I thought Mandip because they're all like buddies, aren't they? Those two.
Yeah,
now?
do you know? Maybe that's it. Because the cynical part of me thinks, I wonder if people just saw it and just vote bombed for Dan because he's
a man.
man.
Yeah.
Of a certain age, and I that might be complete nonsense.
Yeah,
but
and
I thought that might.
I hope that isn't the case.
I hope so as well. I mean, I don't think it is. Really, Johnny, what you said about it has swayed my opinion on it. I think that a lot of it is to do with the fact that maybe people thought Jodie was a safe bet and went for John Bishop.
Yeah. Wow.
There we go.
I mean, I think I do think she was very good in this series.
Yeah.
I must say this is her piece de resistance really. I think for her compared to previous
years.
years. I think she really has found the role now.
Yeah.
And
this seems to be the thing, especially with the new Doctors. Even Capaldi, and I loved Capaldi, and I didn't want him to go. But I think in that final year, he had really found his feet in the role. Not just him, but also the writers as well, because obviously there was a lot of issues with trying to get that character right.
They'd settled on something.
And they found something, and it worked.
that previous season of his wasn't good, was it? With all that rock star crap and
Series
glasses.
9.
Oh yeah, that was shite.
Oh, dear.
That was a real cock up.
Yeah.
So when they found a nice mid ground,
it worked better.
It worked so much better, and that whole professorial thing and student thing with Bill. That was a really lovely setup.
So what would you say has changed in Jodie's portrayal or in the character, do you think? In that, because obviously there's a very obvious progression or change of character for the 12th Doctor through that period that maybe made him a more likeable character. Do you think that's happened to the 13th Doctor at all? Or
I think they've given her a bit more bite for this most recent series, and also in series 12 as well.
She's got a bit more gravitas as well.
She's got more
in
gravitas
this series.
Yeah, because I think in series 11 there was no character there. She was just nice.
Yeah.
I am just a nice person, and we're gonna go off somewhere. And you need more to the Doctor than that. Whereas in this series, she was at odds with her companions, and she was keeping secrets, and it's all the sort of things that we like about the Doctor. Because the Doctor's an alien, the Doctor isn't one of us. They just added more to the character in the writing, and I don't think that's necessarily all the stuff about timeless children and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's obviously that has helped because it's given her something to latch onto. I think they just wrote her better, and they made her more. They made her sort of give her more to do in her own stories. I think in that series 11, everything was so spread out amongst the companions. There was too many people.
I mean, there's
around.
too many people in that TARDIS anyway. So,
So they gave her a more dynamic role within the show, which is it's her program.
It's her program, of course it is.
So yeah.
Well, there we go. Thank you all so much for watching the first ever RoDies Awards. We'll be back next February.
Will we?
Yeah. I mean, there'll be less TV Doctor Who to review, but there'll be more of our content to look at. And more episodes to rank and review.
Who knows what might come out in 2022?
Exactly.
You know.
Best.
I think you should do
surprise.
Best prop that we have that we buy in the year.
Best prop that we buy. I mean, you've kind of run away with it already.
No, but this is old. I mean, this year he's got a full-size Sideman coming.
You have got a full-size Sideman coming this year.
That's going to be.
I'm not going to be able to afford to best that, and I would get kicked out of my flat if I tried to best that as well. So there we go. There we go.
That was really good, and I must say I applaud you, Billy, because you went to a hell of a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, like I was not expecting.
No.
I mean, I knew you said, "Oh, I'm getting these envelopes and stuff." But I wasn't expecting all the stuff that you wrote. I mean, does Richard know you've been doing this on CBBC's time?
I've been doing it on my weekends.
Have you?
I've been doing it on my weekends. I've always wanted to do an award show. I thought it would be really fun, and I've really enjoyed this.
You did a bloody good job
Thank
because
you,
all
mate.
the jokes were very good.
You did a great job reading them, so thanks very much for not killing the jokes.
No, they were very good. So what are we going to do next? What's our next one? I think we were talking about doing Warriors of the Deep because the
I think
Sea
we
Devils.
probably have to do Warriors of the Deep.
Yeah.
I think we still have to do our cliffhanger video. That has been long delayed.
Yeah.
Maybe we redo our Sarah Jane Adventures because that is still sat on my hard drive.
Is it? Yeah.
So maybe we should do that.
Maybe, it's all on BBC iPlayer now, isn't it?
It's all on BBC iPlayer.
Oh, that's even better for us because then we can actually watch it.
And there's one whole spin-off we can't talk about because, you know, we don't want to get involved in all of that. So Sarah Jane Adventures, I think is probably what we want to look at next.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, thank you, Johnny, for coming along.
Cheers,
thank
Johnny.
you for inviting me.
We'll have him back.
It was very nice to be here and to join in all the furore and everything. So, yeah, it was good.
Obviously, like we said, you know, if you take any offence to Jonathan's comments about Doctor Who, then...
I think you're probably used to me by now, so you know.
True. But yes, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought about this, because obviously this is very different to the usual fare. Let us know, and if you'd like us to do more things like this, and if you'd
gladly do that.
Yeah, you know, if we want to do another one, we'd like to do another one.
Definitely.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all hopefully in a fortnight. Goodbye.
Bye.